Hello, and thank you for watching. My name is Rachel Barnett with Gentle Frog. I'm here to create videos for you to help you understand QuickBooks slightly better than you currently do. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please put them in the chat box. Thank you.
This video is for people filing Department of Revenue returns in Washington State. This video is to show you how to file an amendment if you ever need to. This came up because I was helping somebody file an amendment and it felt kind of overwhelming to the client. I'm like, oh, what if I just made a quick video for anybody who might need it? If you're not in Washington, probably going to be different for you and wherever you are filing. First step is to log in Department of Revenue. Logging into Department of Revenue is dor.wa.gov. Once you're there, you encounter a screen that looks like this. What I'm going to do is just click on Get Started. I know there's this Manage Returns. I'm old and comfortable with this method. So I'll click on Get Started. I have a list of multiple accounts, and so that's why my screen is blurred. I'm going to select the blue hyperlink for My Business. If you only have your business, you're not going to encounter that screen that you just saw. From here, what I want to do is I want to view or amend my return. The most recent return, it shows up right here in this kind of second box. For me, I file an annual return, so once a year. You might file monthly or quarterly. Whatever is your most recent is what you're going to see here. If you're looking to amend returns from a previous period, you'll just go down to the third box called Account, and then you'll say View Periods and Amend Returns. Let me go ahead and click on that so you can see it. When I do this, you're going to see a list of the periods, the balance owing, and the return status. So the periods just mean what date range did you file the return for. In my case, it's annual, so annual filing. The balance isn't how much money I paid. The balance is how much is remaining as outstanding money. How much money is due right now. There's no money due right now because I've paid all my tax returns. And then the return status, in my case, is processed. It's not in limbo. It's not waiting for someone to do something. So hooray, it's processed. Let's pretend that I want to amend my 2020 return. Well, the first thing I have to do is look at it to see if I even need to amend it. I'm going to click on the blue hyperlink that says Annual 2020. Right now, I'm just looking at a summary saying how much was the tax, how much did I pay, when did I pay it. This is not really great, but what I'm looking to do is get to the spot where I can amend my return. In the upper right-hand corner, there's an option that says File View or Amend Return. That's kind of a trick because it's really view your return. But I'm going to click on File View or Amend Return. All right, what I'm looking at here is not clickable. It is just me viewing the most recent version of my return. In the upper right-hand corner, I need to click on Amend. So earlier I had that string of words and amend was one of the things, but it didn't really take me to the amend. This will take me to amend. When I click on Amend, it's going to take me back to the steps of the screens that I used to file the return in the first place. I'm going to edit anything that needs to be changed, and that'll add an explanation. Let's go through it one step at a time. The first step is to select the taxes. I didn't start offering something that was subject to any other kinds of taxes, so I'm just going to select Next. The second screen we encounter is the Business and Occupation. This is where you identify and record how much was your revenue. So this is going to be the gross amount. Just a quick reminder, the gross revenue is the total amount of money that your clients paid. It doesn't matter if you paid a credit card fee or a PayPal fee. How much money did your clients pay you? So you can modify that to be whatever number it needs to be. So in Make-Believe Land, we're going to modify this to $100,000. Over here for Add Deduction, it's kind of a weird thing, but we're telling, if appropriate, we're telling Department of Revenue we have a deduction and we'd like them to know about it. So I'm going to click on the words Add Deduction. I'm going to scroll down and just review the deductions to see if anything applies. I think it'll be fun to pretend that we had $100,000 in revenue, but some of that revenue was earned from clients outside of Washington. So yes, our chair is in Washington, we're working in Washington, but our clients are, other places. In order to tell Washington Department of Revenue that we had clients outside of Washington, we need to select the box that said we have interstate and foreign sales. If you're looking at this and you don't understand what that means, you can always click on the little question mark. It'll take you to a page where you can learn more about it. You can also contact the Department of Revenue. Step 1 is to select the box or boxes that you need or you want to appear on your form. And then step 2 is to scroll up to the top and take a look. In the upper right-hand corner of your screen, everything that you've selected is now going to have a field available to you to fill out. So we're going to say, okay, out of our make-believe $100,000 in revenue, $10,000 of it was for clients outside of the state of Washington. So our total deductions are $10,000. I'm going to select OK in the lower right-hand corner. What we're seeing is that we're telling the Department of Revenue our gross amount is $100,000. We never have to go back and say what it was in the first place. They know. Our deductions are $10,000. If we're curious about what that is or if we made a typo, we can click on it. It will open. We can modify, correct, click on OK. The taxable amount is automatically calculated. We don't need to do anything to calculate this. The same thing with the tax rate and the tax due. More fun things. The service and other small business credits, these credits are automatically calculated. We don't need to do anything to make that happen. If you want to review the credits, you're welcome to click on the button, see what the options are, and kind of look through it. When you're satisfied that you have everything on this screen set up the way you want, you'll click Next in the lower right-hand corner. This is your summary screen. This is a chance for you to review what you've written down and just make sure it's all correct. So kind of give it a look over. If you're looking at this and you see the original person who submitted is not the person making the amendment, so maybe you had an old accountant and that's who submitted this in the first place, but you as the business owner or your new accountant is submitting the amendment, I encourage you to update the submitter information so that it reflects who really submitted this. If the Department of Revenue has questions, this is who they're going to contact about their questions. Definitely include an explanation for why you're amending this. So I'm going to type blah blah. After this, we'll click Next in the lower right-hand corner. On this page, it gives you return totals and just lets you know what is the impact of the amendment that you're making. Are they going to ask you for more money or are they going to refund you money? From here, you'll select Next in the lower right-hand corner. I'm not going to go any more screens after this because I don't want to amend my return. I don't want to submit. I don't want to have any money drafted out of my bank account. I just wanted you to see what it would look like. So if you needed to do this for yourself or a client, you could feel comfortable and confident that this is something that you would know how to do. I hope this has been helpful. I don't spend a lot of time making videos about the Department of Revenue. They are very nice and very helpful. If you're stuck on something and not sure how to do a thing that they're in charge of, definitely reach out to them at dor.wa.gov. If you have any questions about how to make something happen in QuickBooks or how to track something in QuickBooks, leave it in the comments below, and as time permits, I'd love to make a video on it. Okay, thanks.